What we call meditation is really the practice of the presence of God, as Brother Lawrence called it many years ago. And he said, whenever my attention wanders away in fear or doubt or resentment, I bring it back to the contemplation of His holy presence. Yes, meditation in its most effective form is the practice of the presence of God. Seeing God everywhere, in every person, tongues in trees, sermons in stone, songs in running brooks, and God in everything. Don't say that you can't meditate. Of course you can. You're always meditating, as I said. Don't say, oh, I have to take some lessons in meditation. I'm not spiritual enough. I must take some special training. All of that is nonsense, because you're always meditating. Everyone can and does meditate. For example, a man gets up in the morning and he looks at the stock market, he sees what happened, and he's mad because he lost money. He's mad at the broker. He's mad at himself. He's mad at the organization. He wants to write a letter to them, telling them they're not running their business properly. And he gets all excited. He fusses and fumes and is all agitated. He has first-class meditation, but it's very negative. Some people meditate on the races. They went to the races and they lost a lot of money, and they're beginning to dwell upon it. Why they didn't pick the right horse, how much money they lost, and they're mad at the jockey, and so on. That's a first-class meditation with extremely negative results. Oh yes, they criticize the owner of the horse, and they criticize the jockey, and they criticize themselves, and they want to transform the world, you know. Yes, everyone meditates, but you can also meditate on the fact, as you're driving along the road, that God is guiding you now. The right action reigns supreme. The divine love fills your soul. Divine peace floods your mind. And the divine love goes before you today and every day, making straight, perfect, and joyous your way. So the man who meditates on the horse races or the stocks, yes, he thinks about the subject. Everything else fades away, his family, his business, his home life, and everything else. He's all absorbed in his losses in the stock market or the horse race. But you can also meditate on something spiritual, something wonderful, like the 91st Psalm or the 23rd Psalm. The psalmist says, but his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. That's the first psalm. Let the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my Redeemer. That's the 19th psalm. Psalms are songs of God. Magnificent way to meditate. To meditate is to absorb, digest, ingest these great truths. It means to incorporate them in your soul. Like an apple, as you eat it, becomes a part of your bloodstream. Likewise, the truths of God must become a living part of you. And when they are, you're compelled to express these great truths which you've meditated on.